What if the thing that's causing you the most stress right now is something you were never meant to control? Think about it. The situation that keeps replaying in your mind, the outcome you're trying to force, the version of reality you wish would change. What if none of it was ever in your hands? In Japan, there is a quiet phrase, simple, almost unremarkable, but once you understand it, it changes the way you face everything you can't fix. Shikata ga nai. It means it cannot be helped. But here's the question most people misunderstand. Does accepting that mean giving up? Or does it unlock a different kind of strength? Before we answer that, notice something. Because this idea is not about passivity. It's not about becoming indifferent. It's about seeing reality clearly without fighting what cannot be changed. And that sounds simple until life puts you in a situation where nothing goes your way. So let me ask you something more personal. What are you trying to control right now? Stay with that question, because by the end of this story, you might not feel the need to control it anymore. If this kind of perspective interests you, subscribe now, because ideas like this don't just inform you, they change how you live. Now, imagine this: a small coastal town in Japan. The sky is gray, the wind is stronger than usual. Fishermen look out toward the horizon, not with fear, but with quiet attention. Something feels off. Not dramatic, not obvious, but enough to notice. Hours pass, the ocean begins to pull back unnaturally far. Boats tilt in the sand, the shore stretches wider than it should. And in that strange silence, a realization begins to spread. Something is coming, and there is nothing they can do to stop it. So here's the question: what does a person do when control is no longer an option?
Most people believe strength means resistance, fighting back, pushing harder, refusing to accept reality as it is. But what happens when resistance changes nothing? When effort doesn't shift the outcome? When no matter what you do, the situation remains the same? This is where Shikata ga nai begins, not as defeat, but as clarity. Because there is a moment, subtle but powerful, when you realize something. This is beyond me. And in that moment, you are faced with two paths. The first is frustration. You replay the scenario, you imagine different outcomes, you exhaust yourself, resisting what already exists. The second is something much quieter. You acknowledge reality, not because you like it, not because you agree with it, but because it is already here. And here's the paradox. The moment you stop fighting what you cannot change, you regain energy for what you can. Think about that. How much of your life is spent trying to control things that were never yours? Other people's choices, time passing, outcomes that depend on variables you can't touch. Shikata ga nai does not remove pain, but it removes unnecessary suffering, the kind created by refusing to accept what already is. But this leads to a deeper question. If you accept reality as it is, what happens to your desire to improve it? Do you become passive, or do you become more precise? To answer that, we need to return to the village, because what happens next reveals the true meaning of this philosophy.
The wave arrives, not as a single moment, but as a force that reshapes everything in its path. Water moves through the village, carrying pieces of lives with it. And yet, something unexpected happens. There is no chaos in the way you might imagine, no frantic attempts to stop the unstoppable. Instead, there is movement, focused, intentional, immediate. People help each other. They guide those who are lost. They gather what can still be saved. And most importantly, they do not waste time wishing reality were different, because in that moment, they understand something clearly. The wave cannot be stopped, but their response is still theirs. This is the line Shikata draws between what you cannot control and what you still can. And most people blur that line. They try to control everything and end up controlling nothing. But when you accept what is fixed, you become powerful in what is flexible. Your actions become sharper, your decisions clearer, because your energy is no longer divided. You are fully present in the only place where change is possible, now. But here's something even deeper. Acceptance is not something you do once. It's something you practice again and again, because life will keep placing you in situations where control slips away. And each time, you will face the same choice: resist or accept and act.
Imagine carrying a weight you were never supposed to hold. At first, you don't question it. You assume it's yours, your responsibility, your burden. But over time, it drains you. Not because you're weak, but because it was never meant for you. This is what happens when you try to control everything. You carry outcomes that were never yours to decide. Shikata is the moment you set that weight down, not out of resignation, but out of understanding, because you finally see the difference between what depends on you and what never did. And that distinction changes everything. You still care, you still act, you still give your best, but you stop attaching yourself to what you cannot shape. And in doing so, you experience something unexpected: relief. Not because life becomes easier, but because you stop making it heavier than it already is. So the next time something doesn't go your way, pause. Ask yourself, is this something I can actually change? If the answer is yes, act with everything you have. If the answer is no, let it go. Not emotionally detached, but consciously released, because that is not weakness, that is wisdom. If this perspective helped you see something differently, subscribe, because there are more ideas like this, quiet, powerful, and capable of changing how you move through life. And before you leave, think about one thing you've been trying to control. Just one. Now ask yourself honestly, is it really yours to control? Or is it something you can finally release? Because sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing at all. Thanks for watching the video until the end, and see you next time.